Oklahoma's primary runoff elections are coming up Tuesday. There are some key races and state questions on the ballot. We have been bringing you coverage of all of these races over the past couple of weeks.
And KOCO's Shanice Hopkins tonight continues our commitment coverage with a first look at the Republican primary runoff for State Senate District 18.
Senate District 18 is growing by the day. That district covers parts of Canadian County, including Yukon. And soon, voters will decide which Republican candidate they want to represent that growth. On one side, Senator Jack Stewart, who has held the seat for the past 4 years.
I understand the needs a lot better, and I know how to tackle them.
Stewart says his experience is an advantage over high challenger political first-timer Tyler Herring. Herring says it's time for a fresh face in the Senate.
And I knew that nobody would be able to outwork me. And it shows because we're in a runoff against an incumbent. So believing in myself really paid off in this case.
Senator Jack Stewart is a former Canadian County Commissioner and professional engineer, first elected to the state Senate in 2022. He says he's proven he's the best candidate over the last 4 years. Senator Stewart says he's most proud of the work he's done on affordability and wants to continue to build on that.
I think the next 4 will really be able to get in and get some more positive traction, more results, but just bring that experience I now recognize even better than I did 4 years ago.
But on the other hand, Tyler Herring says his frustration with Stewart's leadership and what he says the people and interests Stewart has aligned himself with helped push him into the race. Herring spent more than 20 years in metal building manufacturing and prides himself on being a worker, not a politician.
I've always supported myself with and my family with hard work and determination and not just settling for good enough.
In the June primary, Stewart got 45.8% of the vote. Herring followed with 35.2%, sending the two into this August runoff. And now their focus is on what they would do with the seat. Both candidates agree the rapid growth creates new concerns. For Stewart, this means infrastructure and traffic.
The infrastructure is just really not keeping up with the new development out here. Most of it's residential. There's a lot of commercial, but just to be able to stay ahead of that, help with the planning and help with the funding, but also see that citizens aren't burdened with the entire thing.
While Herring is focused on what he calls getting back to the basics, education, and defending what he calls Oklahoma values.
We have allowed ourselves to slip back down to 48th to 50th. It's unacceptable, next to data centers, that's the big subject. So it is a big subject here, and that's one thing I'm wanting to focus on, be a part of the solution for that.
But there's one issue both candidates see eye to eye on: lowering property taxes.
I talk to a lot of seniors, a lot of veterans, a lot of people on full disability, and they're worried about being priced out of their homes.
We've got to address the ad valorem property tax, the constant increase of it. The other side of that same coin, though, is we've got to do it very, very, very judiciously, because the schools are probably 80% plus funded through the property tax. We need to figure out what we can do to give the citizens some relief.
Both candidates fighting for policies to protect property owners. As they make their cases to voters, their campaigns have also clashed over campaign funding. Stewart questions Herring's family's connections to lobbyists, raising questions about special interest influence. Herring denies those connections play a role in his campaign. Both candidates say they want voters to know what they bring to the table. Herring says although he's a new face, he's there to be trusted and accessible.
I want to be known as somebody who's accessible. I want to be there for the district.
Stewart's goal: to continue protecting taxpayers and represent those who already put their trust in him.
The biggest thing is that I really want to protect my taxpayers, my constituents, and to be able to vote the way they want you to as a majority.
Jack Stewart and Tyler Herring will go head-to-head on August 25th. The winner will advance to the November general election, where they face Democrat Meredith McGinnis. Shanice Hopkins, KOCO 5 News.